Snowy and icy road conditions are only going to worsen as the final and worst band of the winter storm moves in.
CBS 6 News at 6:30 starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us here at 6:30. I'm Tracy Sears.
And I'm Cameron Thompson. We have complete coverage on the snowstorm from our AJ Nwoko and Storm Rider 6, the latest on the roads, to what the latest is from Governor Spanberger and other state leaders.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Zach Daniels in the Backyard Weather Center with the very latest of the storm.
Yeah, the precipitation has just begun to pick up as we're entering this final wave of precipitation. I say precipitation because it's a mix right now, about 50-50 between freezing rain and sleet, and that is a very good thing. If we can get more sleet in here than freezing rain, it is going to save us a whole lot of trouble as we get through this last bit of heavy precipitation, which I'll show you in a moment. Let's check out what we have on the maps first off. The winter storm warning continues until 7 o'clock tomorrow. There's a look at what's going on out in the northern neck and middle peninsula. It is light freezing rain. And then we have freezing rain and the indication of some sleet back to the north and west of Richmond. Farther south, again, indication of some fairly moderate to even heavy freezing rain, probably some sleet in there as well. And again, the sleet are the ice pellets that bounce off of everything and come to the ground, and they do not cause the power issues. And again, that's what we're getting. We're out here is about 50-50 sleet and freezing rain, but the intensity is picking up. I've taken off the precip type so you can see how hard the precipitation is coming down, and we're right in here. It's just started to pick up. You see how much heavier it is. Powhatan to Goochland to Beaver Dam. So these are heavy precip rates, and that extends down toward Amelia and Crew and just west of Blackstone and western sections of Lunenburg and Mecklenburg County. So with any luck at all, this will end up being a lot of sleet. And again, if we do that, then we're going to dodge this power outage bullet big time. Looking at what is going on here, back to the west, that's the end of the precip. Anything beyond that is just going to be very light for the overnight period. Temperatures in the low to mid 20s. It is super cold out there. Everywhere that I've shoveled off of the sleet and the snow is now just a sheet of ice. So it's super slick, and the roads will remain super slick tonight as well. Speaking of that, let's go out to AJ Nwoko for a report from Storm Rider on the current conditions. AJ?
Hey, thanks, Zach. Yeah, we're in Storm Rider right now with photojournalist Tyler Britt. Let me give you guys an idea of where we're at right now. We are currently going south down 195. We're about to take the Arboretum exit to see what the neighborhoods look like out there. But as you can see, the roads are fairly clear because there is a long line of VDOT crews that have been going up and down, just plowing the roads to make sure that they are continuing to be clear. But don't let that fool you at all. There is still a pretty decent layer of slush and ice that's still on the roads that if you're not careful, you could get in a pretty tricky situation, especially since, as Zach mentioned, we're still expecting a wintry mix, a lot of precipitation that could take a turn for the worst potentially and make driving conditions a lot more difficult for people out here. But at this time, it almost seemed as though like we kind of dodged the bullet from a visual perspective, but these are when these conditions can kind of get a little bit misleading. I've seen a lot more people on the roads kind of braving them, but really the idea is to stay off as long as you can. VDOT, Virginia State Police, and other emergency officials really need the roads to themselves to continue this clearing process as much as possible to make sure that eventually when people do need to start hitting the roads, they are as safe as possible. But we're going to be giving you updates all through this evening show on the road conditions, especially what the neighborhoods are looking like, because while the interstates, again, are fairly clear, the neighborhoods are likely going to be a much different story. So we'll send it back to you, and in the meantime, please be safe, and if you can absolutely avoid the roads, stay home.
All right, thanks you too, AJ. Well, as of 4 p.m., state police say they've responded to nearly 300 crashes, 20 of which had injuries. We're told 69 of those crashes were here in Central Virginia.
But tonight's freezing rain brings concerns of widespread power outages and treacherous roads, as AJ was telling us about. Our Kelsey Jones has the latest from Dominion and VDOT.
Hey guys, as you can see, it's certainly a wintry mess out here. I've been bouncing around all day just monitoring road conditions. Right now I'm here on Monument Avenue. As you can see, it's a lot of ice on the road. Not good snow necessarily to build a snowman. It's very dry, but hey, it's not stopping some people from enjoying their first snowstorm of the new year. Take a listen.
So much fun!
It was hard for Amanda Ward to say no to her 3-year-old daughter, Caroline, who wanted to play in the snow.
She went outside, grabbed a nice little snowball, and came in and woke me up with actual snow.
So, of course, I wanted to speak with the Snow Queen herself. How are you enjoying the snow?
I am enjoying it so good, and I love the snow so much. Whoa!
And right around the corner, I found Josh McFarland braving the bitterly cold temperatures.
If it's going to be snowy, then I'm going to find a way to go enjoy it.
And he certainly did. Josh had no problem spending this snowy Sunday skiing down Monument Avenue. But with temperatures remaining well below freezing, experts are still worried about widespread power outages.
I mean, we have been monitoring the storm for the last 4 or 5 days. We have more than 10,000 Dominion Energy Resources contractors and support personnel fully mobilized.
VDOT says they're also ready and prepared with more than 3,000 crews on our roadways working to make them safer. But they are concerned about freezing rain weighing down power lines and trees, increasing the risk of falling debris and blocked roadways.
We have around 79 tree crews already on standby, strategically placed throughout the counties, throughout our whole district to be able to respond.
In the meantime, Richmonders are focused on staying safe.
I think you just never quite know, especially with the ice. But we're going to do the best we can and just pray that everyone is safe, honestly.
Again, I just want to reiterate, if you don't have to go anywhere today, just stay home, guys. VDOT is working around the clock to clear main roadways, but it could take some time before they get to residential neighborhoods. So they're just asking you all at home to stay patient and be safe. In Richmond, I'm Kelsey Jones, CBS 6 News.
All right, thanks, Kelsey. Well, Governor Abigail Spanberger is urging everyone to continue to stay off the roads as the dangerous winter storm continues to impact the Commonwealth.
And Melissa Hippolyte is live with Spanberger's message to Virginians and the latest from the National Weather Service. Melissa.
Yeah, Cam, we're here in the Museum District, not too far from the television station, and that freezing rain that we've been waiting for is coming down now. It's creating this icy sheen, snow and sleet, the complete ice that's on top of that. That's coating the roads. Governor Abigail may not that Virginians have heeded her warning to stay off the road. She wants them to continue to do that. She said that the temperatures are going to be dropping tonight and winds are actually going to be picking up as this storm moves out tomorrow, and potentially lead to some power outages as well as treacherous road conditions.
Please continue to stay off the roads as temperatures are dropping. Our roads will be freezing. We need to, one, keep all Virginians safe, but two, make sure the roadways are clear so that VDOT trucks can continue to do their clearing and provide solutions, whether it's the brine or the abrasives on the ground.
On the back end, it's such a powerful storm that we're expecting the winds to kick up and, anywhere from even a 25 to 35 mile per hour gust. On a normal day, that really wouldn't do any damage. It would knock some things around. But when we see that heavy ice accumulation, we're expecting outages tomorrow to actually go up. So there will likely be worse power outages tomorrow due to the weight of the ice and then the gusty winds that come in after the storm leaves.
Now, as this progresses, you're going to want to call 211 if you have any questions that are storm related. The Virginia Department of Emergency Management has set up that phone number to answer your questions. In Richmond, I'm Melissa Hippolyte for CBS 6.
All right, thank you, Melissa. And checking in on that power outage situation, looking around the area, just around 24 outages in central Virginia, according to Dominion Energy, with nearly 3,000 statewide, mostly in the Hampton Roads area. Talking with the Dominion spokesperson about 30 minutes ago, they say the storm has not been as bad as it could have been to this point, but stress, as we've been hearing, we are not out of the woods yet. And the biggest concern is this freezing rain that Zach and others have been talking about, and the potential for high winds.
A quarter of an inch of ice between, the average distance of two poles can add about 500 pounds to a line. So you can imagine the kind of stress that puts on a power line. So that is still the greatest cause for concern.
As mentioned, about 24 people without power in central Virginia, and Dominion urging to follow the advice from Governor Spanberger and others that we've heard of tonight is stay off the roads if you can, so VDOT crews can get them cleared as quickly as possible in case Dominion does need to go out to fix any problems.
Well, the severe weather conditions have made all roadways treacherous as this ice begins to build up, especially those secondary roads. Our Laura French was outside in Chesterfield earlier today surveying the conditions.
Good afternoon from Chesterfield County. I'm Laura French. Hopefully you are inside staying warm, because that is just not the case outside. The sleet is coming down, and we have seen periods of freezing rain as well. Definitely the roadways are covered in our neighborhood. That's the only place I've been. The secondary roads are a mess. Now, we do have four-wheel drive. I had my husband take me out just so that we could get some video to see what it's like. I even told him to slow down. He said he was going 5 miles an hour, and we were slipping and sliding. So you definitely do not want to take a ride out there. We just wanted to show you what the roadways were like. Now, as we came down the driveway, I actually was walking on top of the snow, and my foot wasn't even going through. Now, if you push down hard enough, you will go through, but that just kind of tells you what we're dealing with. It's that freezing rain and the sleet. Now, our meteorologists have done a good job of explaining there really is a difference. And as that ice is coming down and forming on these trees, the trees become heavy, and that's what a lot of people are concerned about right now. I will say I've seen the children outside in this neighborhood enjoying this snow. I don't think it's the best snow to be sledding in, because it's definitely forming some ice on top of that snow. But again, it is not good to be out on these roadways because that ice is forming. So hopefully you're staying inside, staying warm, and be safe out there.
All right, thanks, Laura. To stay updated on this winter weather, you can scan the QR code you see right there on your screen. That will take you to where you can download the free CBS 6 Weather Authority app and receive the latest weather alerts. And be sure to stay tuned with CBS 6, the Weather Authority. We will have live updates on this upcoming storm from our team of meteorologists throughout the entire night.
Meanwhile, during the midst of this snowy chaos, the Chesterfield County firefighter is able to share some good news today. Still to come, we'll tell you how long it took crews to rescue this cat from a car dashboard and how it got there in the first place.
Oh, while the icy conditions aren't ideal, people are still making the most of their snow day.
Yeah, and we asked you to send in some cute moments of your kids and pets playing in the snow, and let me tell you, you did not disappoint. This picture here, sent in by Caitlin, shows her two kids, Landon and Madison, having some fun pulling each other in their sled. Meanwhile, Dreama sent in this photo of her adorable husky, Stardust, with the zoomies outside in the snow. If anyone's going to have zoomies in the snow, it'll be a husky. And Amy sent us this funny video of some kids enjoying the snow in their own creative way. So if you haven't already, make sure you send us some of your videos or pictures through Facebook of your snowy experience, and we just might get them on air.
And some good news coming out of this snowfall overnight. Chesterfield firefighters were able to rescue a cat that got stuck inside of a car. A woman was driving a cat to its foster home when it got loose and climbed under the dashboard. Well, after 7 hours of trying to free the feline herself, the woman finally drove to a local fire station in the snow to ask for help. Firefighters say it took them about 2 hours to rescue the cat, which was stuck behind a metal bar behind the glove compartment. Thankfully, the fur baby is now safe and warm. Zach.
All right, it's coming down out here now. It's moderate to almost borderline heavy freezing rain because it's rain and it's 24 degrees. We'll talk about how much more of this storm we'll have to deal with and what to expect for the rest of this week with team coverage. That's straight ahead on the news at 6:30. We have freezing rain now. There's no sleet, at least not right now here in the garden at the station in the museum district. And this is going to be getting heavier in just a matter of minutes. And it reminds me of an event we had a few years ago where we had the setup for freezing rain and it came down so heavily that it didn't end up being as bad as it could have been. I think that the water was just hitting the water drops that were trying to freeze on limbs, and the new drops were knocking them off, and it wasn't able to freeze. Didn't have enough time because the precip rate was so heavy. Hopefully that'll be the case this go around. Let me show you what we've got outside from today. The morning low was 17. Man, I gotta walk gingerly. It's like an ice rink here. And the high was 22 today. That's all we managed. Actually got a little warmer than that. Our current temperature, that's the new high, 24. We have a little bit of a breeze, not much. The breeze will pick up tomorrow, so any ice that we do get on the trees, whatever's left there could cause an issue when the winds do fall in that range of 10 to 20 tomorrow afternoon. Let's check out other temperatures. They are all below freezing except for Norfolk, all mainly in the low to mid-20s. Let's check the view through our Sky Tracker camera. That's out at Independence Golf Club. Imagine they will not be having any golf there for quite a while. And we have the winter storm warning that continues for the area until 7 o'clock tomorrow. Light freezing rain, northern neck, middle peninsula, back into central Virginia, north and west. There could be some sleet to our north and west. This is rain, freezing rain that's moving into the area right now, and some of that is fairly heavy. Let's look at the intensity of this. I'm going to take off the colors here, and so you can see Doswell, Ashland area out towards Short Pump, Innsbruck, Windham, that is heavy precipitation. Same story down Hull Street and out the Powhite all the way down into Amelia County. Heavy precip, and that continues down toward Blackstone and Kimbridge and South Hill. Putting all this into motion, only about an hour or so of this, and then it'll taper off to very light precipitation. So we just need to get through this last little bit. Let's head on over to the impact of all this with meteorologist Mike Goldberg. Mike.
All right, Zach, as you mentioned, the freezing rain, the threat this evening, and the potential for some ice accumulation. Right now, thankfully, we stayed with the sleet for a good chunk of the afternoon, so we're not going to see the totals that we originally thought might happen, but still, this is some serious stuff, a tenth to a quarter of an inch potentially across the region. I was watching those reflectivities on the radar that Zach was showing, that real intense precipitation back to the west. That's likely sleet mixing in, so that is a good thing in a way. It's the lesser of two evils here, but certainly freezing rain expected across a good chunk of the area for the next several hours. But notice this moves out of the way pretty quickly, so by about 9 o'clock it's just lighter precipitation over the area, and overnight some areas of some freezing drizzle, maybe some ice pellets mixed in. There still may be a little precipitation around early tomorrow morning. It would be light. We stick with the clouds, and then eventually clearing works its way in, and tomorrow will actually be a little bit warmer. Temperatures jumping above the freezing mark, so the sun being out will help to melt some of the precipitation that is stuck on the roads, but it'll be a slow go tomorrow. Tomorrow night, as we mentioned, some gusty breezes tomorrow as well. As we go into Tuesday, things are quiet. Just notice the overall flow coming out of the northwest. We've got reinforcing shots of cold air through the week, so this entire week is going to be very, very cold around here. Some of the coldest weather we have seen in years. So here's how the forecast plays out. Tonight, the next few hours are critical. That's when we see the most significant chance for that icing to occur. Freezing rain, a little bit of sleet, tapers later this evening, but still some of that freezing drizzle that can really fall right on top of what's already there and continue to ice the ground and the roads. Temperatures around 23 now will actually rise a little bit by morning. Might still be a little freezing drizzle early in the morning. Then the sun pops out tomorrow, and notice the temperature goes up to 35. But as we mentioned earlier, a little bit of a breeze, and that's going to cause some of that ice to fall off of trees tomorrow afternoon. Look at the forecast for the week ahead. This is one of the coldest forecasts I think I've shown for an entire week during my time here in Richmond. Can we get that forecast back up? There we go. Highs in the 20s, overnight lows in the single digits. Might be a few snow flurries coming through Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Otherwise, no storms to talk about. Let's check in on the roads once again with AJ, who's out in Storm Rider. How's it going out there, AJ?
I'll make it very quick. It's going really good, but I should say maybe not good if you live here in the Vining neighborhood. Let me give you a look of what we're seeing right now. Abigail Spanberger mentioned that these were the kind of neighborhoods and roads that would probably be the last to be hit in terms of VDOT clearing them. As you can see, we're seeing a big wintry mix here, so please, if you're out and about, the best thing to do is to stay home and kind of let the folks do their job.